Hey guys, it's Cameron here with the Role Models, and today I'm going to be going over my list and my experience at the Dragonfall GT in Lake Geneva. Dragonfall is an event hosted every year in Lake Geneva, and it goes all towards charity. So when you're playing, meeting new people, meeting new friends, um, at the end of the day, it's all for a good cause, and I'm going to be going back every year from now on. It was a little bit of a hike for me. My wife and my kid went with me. I live 5 hours north of Lake Geneva, um, so it was a far drive. It was a far drive on Friday night when we got there. You get ready to roll your dice at around 8:30, 9 o'clock, and from there it's 3 games in one day. Um, Go back to your hotel, wake up, do another 2. I'll preface that by saying I haven't been to too many tournaments, but this one, it set some high expectations for tournaments that I'll be going to in the future. So I brought my Slaves to Darkness to Age of Sigmar GT. I crafted a list that I thought would be pretty fun. Slaves to Darkness right now is kind of headed towards a meta, I'd say, in terms of war scrolls that you see. It's just a lot of Varangard, Chosen, Bellicor. You see the list. You see the list. So I kind of wanted to switch something up, bring something fun, and that was 60 Nurgle Chaos Warriors. I went 4-1. I wanted to leave positive, so at least 3-2 is what I was thinking in my head. So I'll go through my games with you after this, and I'll do just a quick little breakdown for each game, tactics, how I played each game with this list. But I'll just do a quick little rundown here. I used the Gaunt Summoner. The Gaunt Summoner came in clutch multiple games. It's nice just to have 2 casts for 170 points. Being able to cast his War Scroll spell, which gives you that 18-inch Silver Tower deployment. And in that Silver Tower, I had 5 Khorne Knights. They did their job every game. I would put them in the Silver Tower, slingshot them forward at the enemy's best unit. If I killed him, I didn't kill him, but he was pretty. Whatever unit it was, every game, they were weak. So when they come to fight these 60 Nurgle Chaos Warriors, 8 times out of 10, I'm probably winning that engagement. You might be thinking with 60 Nurgle Chaos Warriors, it might be a little hard to score movement. They're obviously kind of slow at 5 inches, but that is where your Chaos Furies, 2 units of Chaos Furies for 110 points. They'll be doing all of your scoring pretty much. Not all your scoring, because obviously 20 Nurgle Chaos Warriors on an objective, you're not shifting. They get even stronger when they're on objectives. But being able to take the flanks, take their land, while they have to deal with all this, I probably would not have been as successful without the 2 units of Chaos Furies. If you watch my tier list video, I said Chaos Furies are my favorite unit in Slaves to Darkness, and they lived up to that high expectations I set for them. I will say this tournament, I barely rolled that 3 up to flee. I think I might have only done it twice out of every game, so that was a little upsetting. Not upsetting. Just because it's a 3 up, so it's 50-50, right? It was probably more to me like 1 out of every 7 I was rolling that 3 up. But besides that, I think they obviously could have done even better if I was rolling that 3 up, but they did what they needed to do. My General's Regiment, I just had the Sorcerer Lord, 1 cast. He's there to give up that 5 up board. He's cheap. Gives you room to fit all of the 60 Nurgle Chaos Warriors, which is in my General's Regiment. It helped with preventing the other player from getting Slay the Entourage. You're going to really have to focus on either him, but I kept him in the back of these Chaos Warriors, right? Or trying to dwindle down 1 unit, which is not going to, it's not going to take you 1 turn. It's not going to take you 2 turns. It's not going to take you 3 turns to even kill 20. Morbid Conjuration, obviously, pretty strong still. Except, interestingly, I was leaning more towards casting the Gravetide out there than the Purple Sun. Malevolent Maelstrom, I think I got out there once. I kind of forgot about it. The game was kind of one for me at that point, so I wasn't even keeping count of um, the points you're supposed to keep track on that. Shackles I got out once. They didn't do much. Missing a 5 block of. They also had a 5 block of Khorne Knights that charged me, killed my Sorcerer Lord, denied my Do Not Waver. So that's like that was my one loss with Slaves to Darkness mirror match. Slaves is in a very good spot right now, almost too good of a spot. I hate to say it. My first game was against Slaves to Darkness. My second game was against Skaven, against a guy named Chris, awesome guy. My third game was against Ogre Maw Tribes. My fourth game was against Ogre Maw Tribes. And then my fifth game was against Slaves to Darkness. I was surprised at how well 60 Nurgle Chaos Warriors withstood shooting, because obviously shooting isn't affected by Nurgle. You still hit, just how you would with your regular shooting. And with shooting like Skaven, I was a little worried. But yeah, I won that matchup. That Skaven matchup was pretty close. My opponent ended up giving me the victory after talking it out. That was probably like a 46 to 38-ish game. Winning 3 raffles at the end, which was awesome. I won some. Got them right here. Hold on one second. I grabbed some Warhammer the Old World Tomb Kings. Is that what these are? Yeah, Tomb Kings. It's just cool to have. Cool to have on the table. And I won an Age of Sigmar Firestorm. I've never even heard of this. It was like my 3rd raffle I won. I saw it up there. It was Age of Sigmar box. I was like, I'll just grab it. It was my first experience at a big Age of Sigmar tournament like that. And I was a little intimidated at first because I walked in. First person I see is, I might butcher his name, Eon's Battle. 40K painter, big Warhammer YouTuber, big painter YouTuber. You probably know who he is. So yeah, that's the first person I literally see, and I'm like, holy crap. There's some names here. So I walked up to him, and like I said, I didn't even know his name. I just recognized the face, and I said, "Hey, bro, can I get a picture quick?" And he said, "Sure." He was a nice guy. I saw him playing 40K tournament throughout the next couple of days. Yeah, I'll drop the picture here. Nice guy, like I said. So yeah, I lost my first game and then won the next 4. My first game probably was pretty winnable. He was against Slaves to Darkness mirror match, like I said, and he forgot to put out his Chosen from the Silver Tower in like round 2. I didn't even realize it, but when it was too late, I probably could have put some more attacks into the Gaunt Summoner because I had the Nurgle Chosen. I'll go into that in the breakdown, but yeah, it was a little. Yeah, I probably could have pulled up the 5-0, but if I win that first game, maybe I get a harder second game. Obviously, if I'm 1-0. But otherwise, yeah, I'll go through it. Just Dragonfall GT takeaways. You got to go if you're local to Wisconsin, Chicago area. I think somebody came from Indiana. People were flying out for this. You got to come to this at least once in your life. Like I said, for charity, for a good cause. Shout out to Marcus team for putting out an amazing Age of Sigmar event. The trophies were awesome. No complaints at all. If you're watching this and maybe getting ready to play in your own first tournament, thinking about playing in a Warhammer Age of Sigmar tournament, don't even think about it, just do it. I started playing in April of this year. Went to the Forge RTT in April, yeah. And my first match was against a guy named Aaron's Ogres, and I was playing the game completely wrong. So if I didn't play that, literally completely wrong. And if I didn't go to that tournament, I probably would still be playing wrong to this day. So every tournament, I try to go to every one I can, make it to, just because you're learning so much. And if you want to get better, that's the only way you're going to get better, is playing people that are also trying to get better. But at the end of the day, it's just about having fun. And I could say 10 out of 10 fun was had at Dragonfall. The last thing I add before I go into the game breakdowns, this terrain piece sucks This terrain piece... Do I curse? This terrain piece sucks. Ass. You can't magnetize the thing. Look at that. You can't magnetize it. Look how big it is. It'll take up half your carrying case, and it does nothing. It does nothing. I'll roll a dice right now. I'm not sure if you can see this. I'll try and roll it on here. Maybe I can zoom in on it, right? So, alright. You start the game. Hero phase. Alright, I'm going to roll for my terrain piece. Okay, I got a 4. That's the only time I use it, usually. Because I'm cashing that in, putting the Gaunt Summoner next to this, and giving him the +1 to cast. Trying to put it next to a Place of Power 2 to activate the Place of Power, get +2 to casting. Only time it's even remotely good. Trying to cash in on like the 9 points you need to do the terrain blow up feature. Impossible. I got it to go off twice the whole tournament, and you need a 2 up on a D3 to do that amount of mortal wounds. Each time I rolled a 1. It just clogs up your deployment zone. Clogs up your traveling. You have to carry the spiky... I don't want to curse. You got to carry the spiky thing around in your hand pretty much the whole time because it can't fit in your carrying case. You can't magnetize it, so you got to carry the spiky thing around the event center on top of your thing. It's falling. You bump it on the table. I hate this terrain feature. You need to make it do something better, Games Workshop. I proposed keep that point system, keep rolling the dice for it, right? But on a 9 or a 10, board wide, once per battle, +1 rend to your weapons. Does this thing look like it just does that amount of mortal damage on a D3? No. Does it look like it gives out +1 rend to your whole army? I think so. It looks cool. I think it looks cool. People are hating on it. Every Slaves to Darkness player I saw was hating this. I had some even debated bringing it like I did. Yeah, you gotta fix that Games Workshop. I don't get how it's free and you have to even debate bringing it. It shouldn't be that way. So yeah, I'll wrap this up and then go into the game breakdown. For each game, I won't go too deep into each game. I'll probably just go like 2-minute recap per, going over strategies, my tactics. But if I miss anything, I'll add it at the end of the video. But otherwise, go to Dragonfall GT. Shout out to everybody else responsible for putting it together. And I'll see you there next year. Okay, so on this first game was the Slaves to Darkness mirror match. I'm highlighting his O-grade Theridons and O-grade Myrmidon right now. That's where he deployed them, charged my Chaos Warriors. His Khorne Chaos Knights wrapped around our existing fight going on in the center. This was the Vice. My Chaos Warriors, they were able to take down his first block of Khorne Knights and then wrap around and take on his O-grade Theridons there. My Furies were in the back of his deployment zone. I had to take the flanks and then take their land. So that where that blue circle is where the whole fight was going on pretty much. With bodyguarded Chaos Warriors against my 40 Nurgle Chaos Warriors. It was a fest there. My second game against Skaven, I got this picture midway through my deployment, but you can kind of see what I started with. I moved up these 20 block of Nurgle Chosen. He had a knot hole in the back of my deployment zone with the Furies took out. I also had Furies in that blue line right there. And also the Warriors. The Furies were able to, throughout the game, eventually just move all the way down those objectives and take those if needed. That 20 block of Nurgle Chosen hit that crazy charge. I think I needed a 10. I landed it. On that one to the left, I actually did not go there. I miswrote that. I went back to that back left objective. Played there. But otherwise, yeah, that was also a good, fun game. The whole idea was to try and just pin him down there. Did pretty good. Did pretty successful in that. He ended up getting another knot-hole though in my back. Pause. This was my third game against an awesome dude. You can see where my first moves were. Wasn't too late into the game. I had Furies on the left side going to take the flanks. Furies on the right side going to take the flanks. I moved that 20 block and Nurgle chosen on the right objective. And end up doing something interesting and I put 40 Nurgle Knights on the center objective. I had both endless spells out at this point, and also slingshotted a unit of Khorne Knights at a block of his. I'm not sure what ogre units they were, but they took down a couple of them. They died, but obviously weakened them before they could get to my Nurgle chosen. By the time he was able to charge me, I got the bonuses, the extra attack for sitting on the objective. So 20 Nurgle Chaos Knights with an extra attack were just able to pretty much melt all his stuff, take down the punch from his ogre charge. This was my fourth game as I went to 2-1 into this game against Ogre Maw Tribes again. You can see the way I had my Furies on the right side, going to take the flanks again. With the way that this was Jaws of Gallet or something like that. You can that's outside of your territory, so you can take that for take the flanks. Top left, that's also take the flanks, and I end up just moving those around to take their land, and then sneaking around to grabbing that back objective later. Warriors hit that insane charge at the top left of your screen. I had a demonic speed on them. They hit maybe a 13, 12-inch charge. Took down that big ogre beast guy. Once again, was able to withstand the charge damage from the ogres with that 20 block of Nurgle chosen. And once again, had that extra attack for them contesting it. He tried to get around that backside on me, but I had another block of 20 Nurgle chosen waiting for him. Yeah, this one was also a win. I went to 3-1 in this match. I think it was 46-24, I want to say. My last match of the day was another Slaves to Darkness mirror match. This was probably my best game of the tournament. Kind of like strategy, being a general wise. I was in my bag. As you see, I just had a whole line of warriors. Just moved them on up. Slingshotted my Khorne Knights into his Varangard. Took out one Varangard on charge and got another one weak. His Varangard were Khorne, so I really wanted to try and stop them from charging me. Furies, once again, take the flanks, move up. That left block ended up dying, but that right block of Furies was able to take their land, round 2. And then his fellow riders moved into my deployment zone after killing the Furies, but I was kind of a little too late then. I couldn't hit a weak little 5-inch charge. Even re-rolled it, hit another 4. That block on the left couldn't hit a charge, so I ended up getting charged by a beefed up block of Khorne Knights. You also had Warriors, Dark Oath Marauders, but my 20 block of Nurgle Chosen on the right was standing on business on that objective. Was standing on business. Denied battle tactics. I had the gods roll. They had +1 rend, 5 up ward. No, they didn't have 5 up ward. They had ward though. And then I was able to pin him down. We ended up talking this one through after it came kind of clear that he was not going to chew through 60 Chaos Warriors. Overall, great game, 4-1. Try this list, but don't let them know. Don't let the community know how good it is.